What's up, YouTube? How you guys doing? We are coming up on 30 years of the St. Albans Street Massacre that happened here in Detroit on April 4th, 1990 at 17850 St. Albans Street. This was a drug deal that went wrong and 6 young men lost their lives in this drug deal that went bad. The 6 young men range in the ages of 32 to 16 years old. All of them were shot execution style, bullet to the head. 4 suspects were arrested, tried, and convicted in this massacre. Those 4 suspects were Mark Bell, Jamal Biggs, Mark Kason, and Tamara Marshall. All these suspects were under the age of 20. They ranged from 18 to 19 years old. The media dubbed this drug deal that went wrong, they dubbed it the St. Albans Street Massacre. The Detroit police called the young lady Tamara Marshall the Angel of Death. She was 18 years old at the time. I sat down with Tamara Marshall and did a one-on-one interview with her. We did it over the phone. Tamara Marshall tells her truth, her side of the truth of what really happened that night. It may shock some of you, and it may not shock some of you, but it shocked me, and the evidence that I received, it pretty much backs what she has to say. And I'm going to leave it at that. Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen, because I'm going to release that entire interview coming up real soon. And for you guys not to miss that interview, I'm going to need for you guys to not only subscribe, but click that notification bell so you won't miss what's coming up. I thank you, and the saga continues. And I'm going to ask you again, how can a person come back when they never left? How can a person come back when he never left? I want you to tell the audience your life coming up as a young lady to teenager, what happened and what could have possibly went wrong to have you falsely accused of a crime that you had nothing to do with.
I didn't say that I didn't have anything to do with it. I just did not know that people were going to die that day.
Okay. Well, okay, you was a part of something.
I went to do a drug buy and an argument jumped off, and then things progressed.
Could you tell us about the drug deal?
Well, before all of this happened, I lived with my parents, and my parents were fighting every day, and there was a lot of abuse in our home, and it was getting so horrible that I just couldn't stay there anymore. So when I was like around 16, I left home. I went to a friend's house, and she told me that I could stay with her, and she stayed with her brother and her father. But after being there one day, she came and woke me up and told me to hurry up and leave, that she heard her brother saying that he was going to pimp me. So I got my stuff and I left because I refused to be a prostitute. So when I left, I had like less than $100 in my pocket, and I met a boy who was selling crack on the street, and he says that if I gave him $90, he would give me a 8-ball, and I could sell it and make $200. So I was like, okay. So I gave him the money, and he showed me how to sell crack.